Hello, my name is Christopher Leffoltz, and this is the development group conversation pre-video recording. This is for the development group conversation on August 4th, 2022. As always, we'll start with top of mind. My top of mind list has largely not changed since the last group conversation. Several things are still on there, which are moving along, and either moving along or we're continuing to close out associated with various activities. We do have a couple new items down at the bottom. One in particular is the maintainership and senior engineering manager requirement. That's definitely been top of mind for me, as well as the engagement survey results and actions associated with that effort as well. I also like to note that we've had a couple of key accomplishments in this past 8 weeks. One in particular I want to call out, which is the database decomposition. We were able to successfully decompose our database without any impact or customer impacts associated with that rollout. So super exciting to see that result. We also just reached our FedRAMP FIPS compliance audit acceptance, and that's also great to see as we've been able to deliver on that key initiative for the year. Other things on there are Q2 and Q3 OKRs. We've just started the new quarter, so we'll be talking about those as we move into the new quarter. And then also cross-functional prioritization, where we're looking at how to better bring back kind of more of our our prioritization, where we're not going to be using engineering allocations, but looking at how we holistically answer the question of prioritization for each area and group in the department. Just a little advertisement. Sid put out an announcement in Slack, I believe, around this, but we're kicking off a managed so everyone can contribute or MAC training. We're basically looking to do this because we've been largely treating a practice internally in our company, and we want to basically use it as part of our branding effort to basically talk about why it's so effective at both managing as well as running a company. So the what is we'd like to speed up company progress by creating a better environment. There's more words on the page if you go look, but that's kind of the short summary associated with it. And then also, in the short term, we want to get people certified on this so that we do this. Why are we doing this? Well, we're doing this to try to gain some consistency across the company, so we see common practices associated with it and improve our brand associated with that. Last but not least, as part of this effort, there is a training here that will be probably shared external to the company. So this is a way for us to give and get some feedback around that initial training and improve on it. So if you're interested in taking it, I highly encourage to take it. My understanding is it's not too long, and there's a link in there to basically use level up associated with it. For this group conversation, I didn't have as much opportunity to prepare slides independently, so I've just been using the key review discussion slides associated with this. So key topics that I covered during the key review. One is our continued desire to burn down our security and reliability. We've hit a bit of stall in this area, and we'll continue to work on this, basically to push this down towards zero. That's one of the things that we're looking at as we move into the new quarter. Next up is MR rate. On this page, you'll see several indicators of different headwinds that we're experiencing as a development organization around our MR rate, and things that we're thinking about doing associated with that will be on the next slide, where we're basically considering what things we should do to increase this. I'd like to make sure that folks feel like they can contribute to this. If you think there's ideas of things that are personally slowing you down, that are challenging associated with your job, I encourage you to talk with your manager about it, with their manager, and even with me around that, because we're really looking to improve our process and make sure that we're having a good experience for our development team to make sure that they can get the best results for the company. Next up is talking about how managers are stretched thin. In particular, I wanted to kind of think in terms of how much time we're actually getting to devote to our work associated with this. One of the things I think about typically when I'm looking in the leadership realm that I'm in is thinking in terms of, are we spending less than 50% of our time at our job? Whenever that happens, I get gravely concerned. We're not there yet, but we're getting close. So I'm continuing to monitor this and kind of consider it in different ways. So this is looking at Q3 and potentially all the different challenges and initiatives that basically could be thrown an individual manager's way. But if you think about this for yourself and you're finding that you're below 50%, again, encourage you to talk to your manager about it and think about it for that. Next up is a need for near real-time metrics. One of the challenges we've had in particular with our cross-functional effort is that the system that we're using between Snowflake and Sisense is basically a non-real-time service. We're out of date by at least anywhere from 24 to 48 hours. This is leading to a lot of complications associated. So this slide details the challenges associated with that and how we might have to consider other options there. Next is the Q2 OKR update. As you can see here, for the most part, we're finishing up the Q2. We're obviously finished up Q2. At the time of this report, it was just finishing up. We're on track for a couple initiatives here. In particular, our AR drivers was right on the edge of being between needs attention and on track. So feel pretty good about the results there overall. Next up was our improving the product. And you can see a couple initiatives, again, are on track associated with that. We had a couple initiatives that we needed to better work with. I'm happy to report that the Ad Attachment Manager shows this report as needing attention, but we did actually get a component of that done last week. So a good result there. And cross-functional prioritization, we're continuing to work on that as we move into Q3, which we'll see as part of our Q3 OKRs. And then for making our team stronger, both of those initiatives were on track, so we felt pretty good about that. Looking to Q3, which is now kicked off, we have two initiatives in increased ARR. One of those is in completing two key fulfillment initiatives, and then the other one is looking at getting ready for FedRAMP through the October 1st deadline. In maturing the product, we have four. Basically, we're looking at, again, increasing our maintainership. We're also looking to work on disaster recovery and basically improve its recovery capabilities. And then, again, cross-functional, we're going to focus on that as well. So two carryovers. And then, as always, we've had this now for 3 quarters now. We're going to continue to work on usability. We're looking to burn down 40 SEV1s and SEV2s, as well as do some key component migrations associated with that. For building a great team, we have 3 OKRs on this page. One is to look at our existing mission and vision and make necessary iterations associated with that, as well as active communication with the team around how things fit together. Really want to try to focus on that in this coming quarter, because that was one of our feedbacks from Culture. This is that we don't do as good a job of translating our mission and vision into what it means for folks day to day. So that's one of our goals here. We have a lot of hiring we have to do this quarter. This is the most hiring we've had to do to date. 44 starts is our ambition. I'm happy to report that we already have 21 starts for the quarter, so we're on our way there, but we still have a lot of work to do associated with that. And then the last one is we want to take a number of interview trainings, which we feel is going to be in support of our overall aspiration to increase our DIB representation. In particular, we're focused on manager plus levels in the development department. There's a 4th item that will be added to this. I didn't have time to put it on here because it was basically put in last night. Essentially, we're going to promote the MAC training, which you saw me talk about earlier today. So we have a OKR in there, and that'll be individual OKR for myself to do as part of our department. For a key metrics update, you can go to the page and look at our key metrics. I encourage you to do that. In particular, I want to call out that all our KPIs, except for development of average age for open positions, are all green. Development age average positions is still a challenge for us. Hiring's been a little bit slower this year, so we'll continue to have to work on that. And with the opening of Q4s, we should see some drop in that average age, just based on the fact that we'll have new positions open, which kind of lowers the average overall. As always, thank you for everybody's hard work and hard initiatives for the company, as well as the department. Really appreciate everybody participating. I really look forward to some good question and answer during this group conversation call. Thank you, everyone.